Good morning. Figured I'd just get this video out of the way. As if anyone actually watches these, thank you. uh, I only had one interested trade this morning, which was SRM. Had a catalyst saying that their sales increased on Amazon. So I like that. I know that PRs are fluff, but anytime there's a big company name, I like that. And if the catalyst is true, face value, it's actually somewhat decent. And we've been seeing pre-market gap and crap reversals. This looks good on dilution tracker. The volume was decent, but it was a volume breakout on the daily chart by a lot. And this support line here was about 25% from pre-market highs, which I like. So yesterday I talked about how I chased on CTNT on a similar setup, and the bad entry caused me to kind of get faked out, only for my thesis to be correct and for it to run afterwards. So this morning, I, of course, was like, okay, I'm not going to chase. I need to be dialed in, right? If it's going to go without me, it's going to go without me. And unfortunately, that's what happened. So very similar thing happened where it kind of fades this support line. I'm not really sure if this is going to be the support line, right? So I'm kind of waiting to see how it reacts. And then I was kind of on the fence to begin with because the volume wasn't amazing. Even though it was a volume breakout, it wasn't incredible. And I didn't want to get caught up in like a random ticker. I've done that before where we have these big percent gainers of like CYCN, CNEY, at the time, SSVMH, all these other ones with a big volume, and then I'm kind of playing this random lower volume fader. That's happened to me before, and I didn't want to get caught in that again, so I kind of was on the fence anyway, waiting for this to react, and then I don't even think I was necessarily in front of it right here, or maybe I just wasn't dialed in. But then this candle happened, and then I didn't want to go higher than 132, which is where this candle closed. This candle closed at 131, and then it just kind of went straight up. So this is exactly what happened yesterday on CTNT. And I told myself I'm not going to buy this second candle, and in this case, it would have been really far from the risk, 13 cents. So I let it go by, but I was interested in a higher low, but this wasn't enough of a higher low here. And then when it did this, the play kind of changes for me. When I see a higher low and then it fails and then it fades again, I'm kind of more like, I don't know now. And then this bounced and it bounced to 134. So it was higher than what I wanted to be. This is still 10 cents from the support. So it's still not really close enough. And then again, does exactly what I want. So again, first green day, decent catalyst. It looks good on dilution tracker, volume breakout on the daily. Right now it's trading over 100 million in volume, but at this time it was in the 30s, which is like decent, but when you see 3, 4, 5 other stocks trading in 100 millions of volume, again, I don't want to get caught. And I've been in stocks before that are trading like 30 million in volume, and then they just stay at 30 million in volume. They just kind of die off. Unlike this, that went to 100. So I'm not mad. So this is a good kind of lesson for me, or I guess good realization. I feel better today letting it go by me and not losing money versus being in it, getting shaken out and losing money, right? So I would say I feel better emotionally, just a tad, but it is definitely very frustrating that I'm very close to these plays and I can't seem to execute. I'm either too late or not quick enough, or sometimes too quick. So, and it's hard. I mean, on this 1 minute chart, I literally feel like you just have to get in at this very second. And I think the bigger thing, I think, is more I need to be more confident and more sure with my support lines and my plays in general. I can't be on the fence about the play in general and about the support line, because what happens is I'm on the fence and then I'm kind of waiting for it to react, and then it reacts and then it's too late. I need to be like committed to the play if it bounces. So, it falls here, and then I don't mind getting in on this first strong candle because it provides the best risk reward. Because even if I get in on the strong candle and it fails, my risk is small. But if I get in on the second one, or even on this one right here, my risk is larger. And we talked about all that yesterday. So I feel like what's causing my hesitation is that I'm not fully committed to play or the support line. More so the support line. I'm pretty much committed to the play. In this case, I was a little worried about the volume, but I need to fully commit to the play. I think that's kind of the thing, is like I need to fully commit to the play, fully commit to the support line, and go from there. I think if I'm fully committed, then if I see it bounce, I just get in. That's kind of my thing. That's the only really thing I could think of. I can't really think of another adjustment that I can make. I don't really want to adjust my risk per se, because the risk is the support line. I mean, that's the thing, and if anything, it needs to be just a tad below the support line. So I don't really want to adjust my risk. And I can't think of another adjustment other than I need to be fully committed to the play and confident in the play. And if I'm wrong about the support line or the play, at least my risk and my loss is going to be smaller than if I hesitate and chase. Right? And even if I lose, at least I'm pulling the trigger and I'm in the play and I have the chance to win versus letting it go by me. Right? And I feel like I should be confident. I feel like I am identifying some good levels and some good plays, and I just need to tweak the execution. So I don't think the observation is the issue for me right now until it becomes one. I think right now it's the execution. So, and that's kind of part of the gap and craps. I have to be quick, right? I'm using this 1 minute chart. I've tried looking at different time frames. I used to use a 3 minute chart, but I found that sometimes it just doesn't, it's too late. But I think in this case it looked okay on the 3 minute. No, because I mean, even if I bought this, it would have been 134, and I just don't. And this would have been 134 if I bought here too. So, yeah, I think, and I know it's only 3 cent difference, but in this case, on a $1.30 stock, I feel like it makes all the difference for me. Buying at the close of this first candle versus the close of the second candle here. Well, at the close of the second candle was 137. That is way too far. That's over 13 cents. So, yeah, to me, it's just a huge difference, a 6 cent difference on this $1.30 stock. So I think for me, I just need to be more confident in my levels. I need to be more confident in my levels so that I'm not second guessing during the play. because I'm second guessing during the play, which is causing the hesitation, which is causing me to either be late or miss the play altogether. So that's the only solution I could think of and the only adjustment I can make. But again, I feel a little bit better missing the play and preserving my capital versus chasing and losing. So that's something to hold my hat on. And again, I mean, it's 2 days in a row where I could have made 20% very easily, right? I'm right here. I'm right in the play looking at it. I mean, I have my finger on the trigger. Like literally, I have the order placed, just waiting for my number to hit. So that's that. Be more confident in my levels. That's kind of the lesson of the day. The only other play I was looking at was VCIG, first green day bounce, which was a nice move, but it never dipped. So I want on my first green days for them to dip back to support, and it just never did. So the other one I'm looking at, which is SNTI, which is maybe happening right this second. This is another one that I'm looking at. I don't know really what to do. I really struggle with first green days, and I don't even really want to trade him this month, but we'll kind of see. I think, oops, probably we'll just wait until the afternoon on this one. I don't want to buy this now. I want some sort of dip again, right? So in general, with the first green days, I want to see a spike at support and then a dip back to support. I don't want to just buy this spike. So this is on high watch for sure. And that's really it. I mean, maybe I'll dabble with SRM if it does something in the afternoon, because I still like the bigger picture, the dilution, the catalyst. If it consolidates at this area here, which is around 30% from pre-market highs, which I like, then I still may be interested. But yeah, that's about it. So be confident in my levels, be confident in myself is kind of what I want, and figure out the execution on these gap and craps. And I think first green days are the other big plays of the day. So that is it.